Well, well, well.
Hello everyone, and thank you, Foggy, for the resub. I am so sorry that I had things messed up. Why the hell was that clipboard so tiny? I have no idea. But anyway, yeah, hi everybody. Thank you for the resub, Scales.
R.I.P. my watch streak. But hey, sub anniversary.
Is it the sub anniversary? Oh. But hello Scales, hello Dia, hello Boa, hello Dino, hello Ghost. Let me start scrolling. Hello Dark, hello... Did I already say hi Scales? I should have already said hi Scales. I think I already said hi Scales. I know, hello Gavin, and hello Sharky. I think that's everyone. I don't think I saw Shadow in here. So I think I'm fine to not say hi to Shadow right now. Made a schedule clear for the... Did you actually change your schedule? Is that why you streamed earlier? Or are you just streaming early normal now, Scales? But anyway, let's get over into the game. Let's try and get into the game. Let's get into the game. For those who don't know what King of the Castle is a game where I am playing a monarch and you guys are playing my nobles, in which you'll be put into different houses, and basically you get to vote on kingdom affairs, and your whole job is to either support me or try and overthrow me. Whatever it ends up being, that's what we gotta do. And yeah, let's go over into the game. Go into the corner. There we go. And then let me drag some stuff around really quick. Let me add the extension. Activate, set as overlay 1. There we go. Thank you for the drink, Daya. It will be interesting. As you can see, we have played this before. Some people here are more veterans. You don't need to be a veteran to know. Basically, the game will explain itself. I'm going to very quickly go through the first steps of the game because they're very much repeated every single playthrough. But I'll make sure you guys understand the general gist of it. Let's start a new one. What do we want our dynasty name to be called? For those who are not familiar, also hello Jovi, welcome in. I'm doing pretty good. But for those who are not familiar with the dynasty name, we have had some wonderful things, such as, you know, the backyard, the living room, the bedroom, the closet. You know, we have a theme going on with the dynasty names. I think we've had the neighbor's yard. I think we've had the shed. I can't remember everything. I think we've had the bathroom. We've had the basement, the garden, the downstairs bathroom specifically. If you guys just want, I will pick it and we will have fun. The neighbor's attic. The underground dungeon. Oh, that's just the basement. Democracy. Okay, fine. Let's go. I really like the neighbor's attic. It's pantry, attic, kitchen. We've had, I don't know if we've had the pantry. We've had the attic and we've had the kitchen. Honestly, we've had the closet, I think. We'll go with the neighbor's wait, let me /poll. So as once I do this, I'm not going to be able to see anymore. All right. What is our dynasty name? That's spelled wrong. Who cares? I saw the garden. We'll do... What's the last one? Actually, I think we'll go with 3. I think 3 is the right. What is our dynasty name? We can... I spelled those so wrong. We can have the neighbor's attic, and I'll spell it correctly. The garden or the pantry. The brightest dungeon. We're not in the dungeon. If we do a second game, good spelling. Don't worry about my spelling. Who needs to type correctly? Downstairs bathroom. Okay. If this game goes quickly, we should have time to do 2 games, whether the first one goes quickly or not. We should be able to do 2. And the second one, I'll give you guys the dungeon options and the downstairs bathroom. For this one, these are your 3 options, although it looks like the neighbor's attic is winning. Of the neighbor's attic. Did I spell it right? Is that... Can't change the poll name? Do we want the misspelled neighbor's attic? Actually, if it wasn't for the yes. Okay. How did I spell this? ENIGHBORS attic. Okay, let's. I don't think it matters if I capitalize it, but it's gotta be capital. Embers is attic in your dynasty. True. All right. Thank you guys for your wonderful votes. Let's go over. Let's play with Twitch. Hopefully it works. It'd be really sad if it didn't. All right. Colors. Colors. What are our colors? Lazarus, welcome in. Or is it Lays4RS? I already forgot how to say your user. I am so sorry. Purple. Purple. Oh, of course you guys want purple. We're not doing purple if we do a second one. I've seen purple, red, and blue were the first things, so purple, red, and blue it is. Green, you can have fish. You drive a hard bargain. These are the first ones. We'll do yellow and green in the next one, and then pick between red and blue for the next game. Alright. If you guys are interested in joining and being my wonderful nobles, type !join, space, what pronouns you want the game to use, and if you own the game, which I know a few of you do, you can also do space, one of the 3 territories that you'd like to be a part of. However, if you don't own the game, it will randomly assign you, depending on which house has the least amount. It's been so long since we played. I'm trying to think. I think when I saw it on Twitch, the last time I got an achievement in this game was March. the 22nd of March. I know that's not a super long time away, but it feels like forever, man. Don't want to screw people over? You should, you know, you should help me, Shadow. If you don't want to screw people over, you should help me. That totally wouldn't screw anyone over. For 2 months. Goal is how to play. Yeah, okay, so as we're waiting for peoples to join, you can join once the game starts, by the way. How it's gonna work is I'm going to go through my very quick little, like, hey, you're a monarch now. You guys get a little taste of voting, and then once I end my first session, it's gonna give you guys an option. Each house will have its own vote on what you want your path of succession to be. Because how this game works is, obviously, I am the current crown monarch of this land. Each house is going to have their own person who's gonna try and overthrow me. And it's the job of all the nobles to either support that person or to support me. And you'll get 3 options on what path you want to take. Like, I think there's, bribery, there's demon summoning, like, there's a whole bunch of things, and it's all random on what you get. Enniber's Attic, you know? I like the sound of Enniber's Attic, okay? It's very fancy.
Okay, jingle jingle, pay attention. Pay attention, I said your favorite word.
What am I paying attention to, Gavin? Alright. I think this is it for now. If anyone else would like to join, let me type this out really quick. We'll do just that. There we go. And then type the join thing. Yeah, I am. I'm not typing the whole thing. I know it'll be on game. That's awful. Just put it up there, Foggy. Put it up there. Put it up there. If I'll put it up myself. Where is... Just take it. Manually end it. Fantastic. Okay. Oh god. Alright, well, this is how we're starting it. Why not? Why not? It's awful stuff. Shush. I look like this. This is awful. That's not awful. You're broke. You did it by mistake. How do you do this by mistake? What were you trying to... What were you trying to do, Ghost? Alright. Council introduction. Now that you're queen, your first duty is to meet with the Council of Nobles. Let me take this drink really quick. Sip, and thank you for the drink. Your nobles hail from all across the kingdom, the wintry north, the desolate east, and of course the bleak march. Introduce yourself to the north. Good luck in the days ahead, your majesty. You'll need it dealing with this lot. Fantastic. An honor to finally make your acquaintance, your grace. May you escape the doom that befell your predecessor. I hate your entire clan and everything it's worth, and not just because you're foggy. And finally, the red peoples, hail and well met, your highness. Under your leadership, we'll whip this kingdom into shape. The council hall immediately fills with raised voices, and nobles argue with each other and demand your favor. You sigh and sit back. Is this what the council's like? No wonder your father told you to avoid the throne at all costs. Coronation. Your Majesty, I've scheduled your coronation to take place in a week's time. Why the hurry? To delay any longer will make the nobles restless. When nobles get restless, they take their daggers to look for the nearest back. Very well, what must I do? As is tradition, the council will decide what happens to you at your coronation. Shall we call the nobles? This is your first taste of voting. So, what's gonna happen is before every vote, you will be able to see the options. In this case, it's the simplest of all of them. What kind of coronation should I have? Would you A, like to host a lavish parade with jugglers and fountains of wine? B, invite foreign dignitaries to show off our wealth? C, throw the queen into the river? Or D, nobles must put on a vast banquet for the queen. I'm gonna say we've had the river plenty. I'm going to veto the river from you guys, and boom. If you guys would like to vote, exclamation mark vote, space, and then the letter you'd like to vote for. You know, we've never done the banquet one. Does anybody want to vote for the banquet one? I feel like we should have the banquet one. The really beautiful part is I could hold this as long as I want. Gavin, in order to vote, you will need to do !join, space, whatever pronouns you want to use, and then !vote. Yeah. Only 4 people? I don't care! I think we can get one more. But yeah, if you just do !join, then it'll allow you to vote. Yeah. Hey, I'm not cheating. This is not cheating, Foggy. This is not cheating. I simply don't want to be broke. !join, fantastic. Cheating like always. I only cheated once, and that was to marry a fish. Because I had to try like 4 times. To marry the fish. To Ghost! Shush! I thought you were supposed to be on my side, Ghost. And then you can do !vote, space what you wanted. Vote for. And then the wonderful thing is when the game ties, it lets me pick it. And although I want farming. I want farming. Pure and simple, then I get, yay, look, we got a vote. I want to go farming. Alright, I won't do that again. Sharky, why don't you help me get overthrown then? You're not just gonna sit and watch idly, right? The nobles spare no expense, and your banquet table groans under the weight of it all. Whole roasted peacock, a boar's head stuffed with swan tongues, the entire whale turned on a spit. It's a meal fit for a queen, which is now, you suppose, what you are. Path to victory. Your Majesty, when you die, how do you hope the kingdom will remember you? You know, we're gonna try and go with farming. We've never succeeded with farming before, but maybe this time we won't get infested by bees and we'll be fine. Interesting. Are you concerned with the welfare of the commoners, or are you just hoping for a favorable passage into the history books? I suggest over the next few years you focus on improving the kingdom's overall farming as much as possible. Once you have an heir, I will return to discuss your ambition and how it's progressing. Good luck, Your Majesty. On the bees? We don't need the bees! Here, let's see if there's any bees. Counts, which Lupin! Hi, welcome in, Lupin. Desmond of Lupin's dynasty, well-known political fixer, leans delicately on a podium speaking in a melodious voice. My fellow counts, in ancient times, the East was its own proud kingdom. We can bring back those days of glory, but not while the false Queen Siviel wears the crown. What scheme would you purple people like to do? A, you can either come up with a doppelganger where your goal is to lower my defiance, or lower your own defiance. B, an uprising where your goal is to raise the treasury, or C, ascension, where your goal is to lower your own faith. Girls or bees? I would like no bees. Actually, the bees protect me, so all the bees. I love the bees. Alright. Ascension it is. Tommy, thank you for the follow and welcome in. The counts plan to induct the queen into their secret cult and offer her immortality in exchange for the throne. First, they must reduce the power of the Eastern Church. To advance their scheme, the counts must lower their own faith to 4 or less in 3 seasons. Already there. Alright, barons. Terrell of the Dia bloodline, infamous marcher hunter, stands before a blazing hearth, shouting and swearing. When have the barons of the March ever backed down from a fight? Never. I know you'll do whatever it takes to put me, your rightful monarch, on the throne. What would you guys like to do? Either A, modernization, where your goal is to lower others' military, B, propaganda, where your goal is to lower stability, or C, gunpowder, where your goal is to lower authority. Gavin, you are currently on the blue team, which is coming up next. Barons vote for gunpowder. You guys want to go to war? The Republic of Kurth has a substance. Oh wow, I can't speak today. Called gunpowder. With enough of that, the barons can take over the kingdom. Of course, a sensible queen would never allow one region to hoard such a thing. To do so secretly, the barons must ensure the trading partners don't feel their queen's wrath. To advance their scheme, the barons must lower authority to 4 or less in 2 seasons. And finally, the chiefs. Estrid of the Gavin clan, sinister northern troublemaker, stands precariously on a loghouse crossbeam, screaming like a fallen god. Chiefs of the North, we all know that I should be on the throne, not this imposter Queen Siviel. How do we make that happen? And chiefs, your options are either subterfuge, where your goal is to lower stability, prophecy, where your goal is to raise authority, or Ragnarok, where your goal is to raise your own military. Guys, there's Ragnarok. You had to tell me that's not a fun thing. I think that's the most magical thing out of everything I've read so far. I think you guys did try and do Ragnarok before, many months ago. And I think you failed, but today's possibly the day. Alright, you guys chose Ragnarok. The chief's plan is to make an alliance with the ice giants to take over the kingdom. First, they must not be weak, or the giants won't take their proposal seriously. To advance their scheme, the chiefs must raise their own military to 5 or more in 2 seasons. 4 seasons, not 2 seasons. Alright. Everyone has their goals. You're curious over what your team's goals are? There is a little check mark placed on your color next to whatever it is you need to get. I will take... I feel like I need authority. Actually, we'll take the stability one. Call for unity never helps. We'll have things. We'll do the honor guard last. What's this one? A thief? My liege, this is an outrage. I demand justice. Last week, Count Lupin shook my hand as a supposed show of reconciliation and stole my family's lucky ring in the process. Blood and stars. Nonsense. Rummage through the drawers, and I'm sure you'll find the thing. My liege, a feud has stood between our families for centuries. Lupin's ancestor left my ancestor tied to a rock in the woods for the wolves to consume. That doesn't sound fun. That's because his ancestor poisoned our well and killed half of our household. Enough. I know Lupin stole my ring, and it brings the March great luck and bounty, and my dear cousin is to wear it when they marry. We're going to immediately veto. How should the council handle this accusation? A, you can either send the Chancellor to the east to investigate, or B, arrest Count Lupin immediately. What would you guys like to do? Guys don't want to raise authority? It's almost like that undermines everything Red's trying to do. This is an outrage? I don't think this is an outrage. I feel like this is fine. I feel like this is fine. The votes did win in favor of A. Send the Chancellor to the east to investigate. Ghost thanks you profusely, but the counts are furious at the accusations being taken seriously. In order for the Chancellor to search Lupin's home for his special ring. Goodness me, I do enjoy tales about mysteries. I shall do my best. We'll hear about that next time. An invitation. Your Majesty, this year will hold Winterfest in my clan hall. It would be an honor if you could attend. But I look forward to it. Why not? We can go drinking. Can't wait to see Winterfest as a special time of year. You'll see. Fantastic honor guard. As tradition, each region offers a selection of elite guards, the chief with their most famous warrior heroes, the counts with knights in the Order of the Drowned Rose. The barons offer a squad of battle-hardened veteran soldiers. Unfortunately, we can't recruit the Eastern Knights. They've been in a major scandal. Some of their poetry is plagiarized! Holy god, I've never- Wait. Is it because they're already so defiant? Is that why I can't recruit them? I've never not been able to recruit one of them. Yes? Can't believe you guys plagiarized your poetry. They won't come to the capital until it blows over. You need to pick someone else. It's been updated since last time. They actually updated the game? Tell me about the Northern Warriors. Bearded oafs, axes, and no manners. They get drunk and cause trouble in the palace. No discipline at all, and I can't guarantee they won't run off with some random quest, but they're honorable and unbeatable in a fight. Tell me about the march. Solid soldiers, but more in battles than they have dinnered. They may be uncouth, no doubt, but they won't adapt well to palace life, but they're loyal and as tough as nails. I made my decision. I await your verdict with bated breath. Percentage chance them not to be able to be picked. Okay, I thought people be at 3p4 and still be fine. No guards? Oh, hell no, we're not doing no guards. There's gonna be a freaking werewolf and no. I'm between... I don't know. I'm gonna take the chiefs. I'm gonna take the northern warriors only because they have more military and I want favor. Yeah. I'll make the arrangement at once. The warrior heroes arrive a few weeks later. They swagger in big grins and bigger axes, belching and singing and roaring in unsavory jokes. One of your couriers' fate. Fantastic. End the season. Alright, it's auction time! If you'd like to vote for something to happen to the kingdom, do !fund, space the letter you would like to fund, space how much money you'd like to pledge towards the goal. You can either vote for A, to lower authority, B, to lower trade, C, to raise military, D, to raise trade, E, to raise stability, or D, to lower faith. Or F, sorry. E to raise stability, F to lower faith. Yeah. Only the top two will currently be brought in. Also, hello, Vanilla Newt. Welcome in, welcome in. Mercs or no guard? Haven't done those before. Yeah, because they both sound like terrible options. Especially the no guard one. I can't even imagine how bad that one is. Sip sip? Wait. There's no sip sip. There's no need to... I said it. Damn it. But there's no need to... Alright, it looks like currently we'll be raising military for the chiefs and lowering stability by 1. Just need to raise that stability. Fantastic. A terrible curse. Finding a spouse. Search for the ring. Let's go with the curse first. Baroness Dia rushes to the council chamber, breathless and in disarray. By old gods, you look like you haven't slept in weeks. That's because this place is under a curse. Look, my hair's falling out in chunks. Or you're old. If it was one of my peasants, I saw it in her eyes. She's an evil witch. Let me take this drink really quick. Sip and thank you for the drink. Okay. I'll let you guys decide. What would you guys like to do? Have the so-called witch tested, send scholars to the Marcher land to find an explanation, or C, have the accused Dia sent to the north to relax? There is gambling. There's a lot of gambling, which is why I'm not banning anything. I've been 18 yet? Well, I mean, you're a noble. Nobles be old, you know? Honestly, I don't know what the best... Like, I feel like the 50-50 vote's gonna bite me in the butt, but... Alright, let's see how it goes. Send the scholars to the Marcher lands to find an explanation. Oh, it worked! Sure enough, the scholars from Quail University discover a contaminated well on Dia's estate. Not enough to kill, but enough to make their hair fall out and set her nerves on edge. The water is cleansed, the accursed peasant returns to her work, and the scholars have a new poison to investigate. Ooh. Okay. Search for the ring. Your Majesty, I found Ghost's ring, but the situation is delicate. Count Lupin's niece has it because Ghost's cousin used it to propose to her. My guardian Lupin doesn't understand true love. My dear cat and I are meant to be together. All we want is a quiet life, a little garden, a flock of geese, 20 acres of land or so. That doesn't sound little. No one knows about this romance yet, but tensions are high. Both regions use the feud to fuel full-on rivalry between the barons and counts. Perhaps I'm soft-hearted, but I can't help but feel for this young couple. Is there any way we could resolve this? It's a way to raise farming. Okay. Is this treasury or is this lowers treasury? Welcome in, Black Pag. And thank you for the follow as well. Let's I don't know what the best course of action is. Yeah, they are farming. I don't want to lose money. But maybe that'll settle it easiest. You know what? We haven't spent we haven't spent any of the treasury. So I think we're fine. Also, welcome in Emerald. Ban the romance? No, I'm gonna bless it. I'm either gonna bless it or I'm doing one of these two. I don't want to go broke, but I also feel like we can get money. If we raise farming enough, surely we'll get money. So also raise stability. I don't need to worry about Count Defiance, so hopefully this brings Defiance down. When the announcement is made that the Queen has formally blessed the upcoming marriage between Kat and Valentina, the cash soothes the guardian feelings over. As the wedding preparations begin, the story of the love-struck couple catches the imagination of Marcher peasants, who work together to make a huge cornucopia as a wedding gift. It didn't even... Okay, I don't know why I was thinking money would make... Okay, whatever. This might be a very quick game. First one? Nah, we're fine. In the twisty passages of your castle, you can avoid advisors, the nobles, even the spy master, but there's one person you can't avoid: your mother. Why haven't you found a spouse yet? It's been almost a year. I've been busy. You'll find it in time, don't worry. I'll take the liberty of finding an eligible candidate. What's your preference? Men, women, or do you not mind? I'm not interested. My dear, who said anything about love? This is royal marriage. Just tell me the manner of candidates I should find you. And always say no after you've had a look at them. My honest answer is men, but we've always gone with men, so you know what? Send me all of them. Excellent, I'll send out messengers to the most influential noble families in the kingdom. Let's see what they have to offer. The illusion of choice, exactly. All of the above, yeah. See? Alright, I think that's it. We're good. Amidst the dark, forbidding forest, a small, squat castle stands over the Marcher border. There, at the end of the kingdom, a plot is hatching. Look here, our first shipment from Kurth. Incredible, may I see inside? Careful with that touch you pull, you'll blow us all to smithereens. So this is the fabled black powder. Incredibly powerful, but we need much, much more to put you on the throne. The next stage of the Baron scheme, they must raise trade to 5 or more in 4 seasons. Dear... Are we gonna get speedran? This isn't looking good. Quick game indeed. Yeah, I can see that. Boom. And... boom. And boom. And boom. Fantastic. And eligible options, the Happy Couple or Winterfest. Let's go to Winterfest. Winterfest should smooth everything over. After weeks of leading your baggage train along a precarious mountain road, you find yourself in the snow-swept clan of Chief Halls of the Scales. The hall is crammed with all of the chiefs of the north sitting cheek to cheek along the tables, groaning under the weight of the food and ale. Welcome, your majesty, my humble hall. Take a seat and grab a drink. You weren't kidding about the beer and Scales. It's customary at Winterfest to exchange gifts with the host. What did you bring? I brought you, I bought you some pajamas. It's the thought that counts. Yep. I will get a little merry with drinks, and as Winterfest draws on, the snow piles up outside the doors. The mood in the hall turns precocious, and your memory is blotchy, but you distinctly recall leading the entire hall into song. The chiefs roar alongside you, full-throated, and sing the stirring battle songs of the north long into the night. Next morning, all the chiefs are scattered around the hall, groaning and nursing their hangovers. Your own hangover isn't too bad. The thought of the voyage home makes you wince. You bid farewell to the chiefs and begin a long, perilous journey back to the capital. Alright, that didn't go too bad. Happy couple. Your Majesty, that couple from the March in the East are here to speak to the council. Oh, my liege, you brought us so much joy. I can't believe I finally get to be with my dear Valentina. But it's not all good. We want to get marriage and start a farm together, enjoy some peace and quiet for a change. All we need is each other and a few adorable animals, and the wedding would be tiny, 300 or 400 people at most. But of course, Ghost and Lupin refuse to give us anything. Please, your highness. Why are you guys so greedy? I already know. I don't know. I say... What is this gonna raise? It's gonna raise trade, which isn't good. To lower trade. We're just gonna see how it goes. Reasonably speaking, C is the best option for everyone. It is! Everyone gets money, everyone's happy, but we'll see how it goes. You guys can either tell Ghost that they should give the couple some land, Lupin that they should give the couple some land, or that they should forge their own path in the north. I do feel like the north is the best, although that's gonna make people defiant. It's probably gonna make the counts and the barons defiant, but it should be fine. Question mark. God, there's a lot of votes. Alright. The couple should forge their own path in the north. Oh, yep. Okay. Few nobles want their relatives to become humble farmers, especially if it's because the winter whirlwind of romance in someone of a rival lineage. Neither the barons nor the counts are happy. But the chiefs welcome them eagerly, giving them some scrubby land to live on. It turns out the lovers have a knack for wilderness life, and helped along with the lucky ring, they quickly cultivate a thriving farm, bringing prosperity to the area. Holy crap, by 2? Kat and Valentina even named their first child after the queen. Little Siviel grows up peacefully in the country, far away from the feuding families. You know what? Little Siviel's happy, so that's all that matters. Eligible options. I feel like I only have one option. Found 3 potential matches for you. 1 eligible young candidate from each of the kingdom's 3 regions. Choose wisely, you'll be securing a powerful alliance. Yes, I know. Your mother leads you to the Great Hall, where she's arranged 3 portraits on easels. For now, each is covered by a cloth. Why don't I get to meet them? There's no time for sentiment. You need to match that benefits your station and suits your political needs. She whisks away the cloth from the first portrait. This is Heath, firstborn of the Northern Emerald clan. When I heard, they know exactly what they want, and they will do whatever is necessary to get it. Strangely enough for a northerner, they're an enthusiastic covert to the worship of the 9th god. People say they nurse a grudge, though. Okay, next. This is Marcella, eldest daughter of the Eastern Black Hag dynasty. Apparently, they had a hell of a time getting her to smile for this portrait. Is she smiling? She bought a controlling interest in silver mining in the East and made a killing. She's been planning something, they say, schemes within schemes. Interesting. And finally, we have the March's offering. Lawrence Skyon of the prestigious Vanilla Newt bloodline. He's known for his blunt honesty and kind honesty that makes you enemies. Kind of. Oops, my bad. Like the barons, he's great at his greatest passion is hunting. No beast is safe from his crossbow, nor is he, actually. He walks the limp ever since he shot himself in the shin. Ah, that's all? What do you think? Of course, by picking a candidate, you'll anger the other regions, but you'll gain a lifelong alliance. Will I? God, none of them are good. Again, forget chiefs. I think I have to go with the counts. How to join? May, do !join. Space the pronouns you want the game to use. Also, see ya, Sharky. Thank you for sticking around, Sharky.
Okay, jingle, pay
Hi,
attention.
Vex.
Pay attention, I said your
Welcome
favorite
in,
word.
Vex. What you doing, Vex? Counts girl, I think she's a vampire. I think we go with the counts because like it's either a count, like I can't go with the chiefs. I do kind of want to go with the chiefs just because, you know, I don't want someone to betray me. But actually You know what? It's either the chiefs or the barons. Or the barons or the counts. I feel like we go with us. Logically speaking, that's not the best in terms of defiance. I'm worried about defiance. I do kind of want to win. I'm actually doing something in terms of farming. I don't want to lose in terms of defiance. I will go... Actually, you know what? Screw the counts. We're going with the march. Vanilla Newt bloodline? Yeah, it's... Give me the person who shot himself in the shin. We're gonna go with the march. I'm so done! I'm looking at this, right? Hey. It's nothing against the chiefs or the everything. I have a passion against the counts. But I'm not... It's because I feel like the counts are a lost cause and they're going to riot either way. And the last thing I want is to lose my spouse over a riot, which is why I'm going with the march. Excellent, the arrangements have been made. I do hate the counts. I can't tell you how many times the counts have screwed me over. Alright. Hiding from the church. In a tiny village to the east, two counts meet up in a derelict tavern. No one dares even glance in their direction. Another priest left my estate today. Said there was no sense preaching the truly lost. I've heard the same across the east. We are no longer trapped under the church's thumb. Now we must not falter. If the queen grows proud, we can offer her the ultimate reward. Immortality. The next stage of their scheme, the counts must raise authority to 5 or more in 4 seasons. Authority. Fantastic, Rex. I say we get rid of Monarch's vote in terms of gambling. If we gamble, get rid of Monarch's vote, then we're good. Because then we still have veto and call for unity, so we're... I hate that I looked over at that... I hate that I looked over at that Vex. It doesn't even make sense for me to look over, because it would have been, like, down here on my screen. Okay. Whatever. We have the royal wedding, a tasty innovation. Do we have oh, hell yeah, give me the sandwiches. No mean to exaggerate, Your Majesty, but I do believe I have pioneered the most incredible invention in history of mankind. I was hosting a small party, playing cards with some old friends. I called for a servant to bring me something to eat that would be both tasty and convenient, as my hands were occupied. What my servant brought me that evening will change the world forever, Your Highness. It sounds like your servant invented it, but... Yes, and he is my employee. My employee, therefore I own the idea, so it's only fair. Behold! He holds the plate into the air. Atop the plate are 2 slices of bread with a piece of meat wedged between them. It allows hungry nobles to consume 2 bread slices at once, plus meat, and saves valuable time. Meanwhile, the bread serves as an impenetrable barrier, preventing one's hands from being besmirched by meaty juices. Magnificent. Which it is. Naturally, since this is my invention, I suppose we name it after me. A few years' time, and I expect everyone will be enjoying a nice black pag for lunch. Naturally, this innovation cannot be made available for free. Every time a black pag is consumed, I expect a royalty of some kind. Oh dear god. This isn't good. I'm just gonna say, hey guys, I'll give you all money. You all get money if you vote for the royalties one. Yeah, I do. I'll give you all money if you vote for royalties. You know. You gotta believe in the money, you know. I don't think you guys want the money. Please take the money. In the march yet? Yes, I see! Yes, I see! Servant should be rewarded instead. What was the name again? Oh my crap! Blood and stars! He shouldn't have invented the snack if I- wait, he shouldn't have invented the snack if I specifically requested a convenient meal. Despite Count Blackpag's protestations, the servant is brought before you. Hello, your majesty. Most people call me Footlong due to my, large feet. Is that why? Is it? Also, Azius, can I say Zilla? Welcome in, please let me know how to say your name. But yes, welcome in indeed. Hey, Footlongs, oh hell yeah, we're naming it Footlong. It's decided henceforth this dish shall be known as Footlong. Footlongs provide a massively popular luncheon bakery spread across the east, experimenting with new ingredients. Turns out you can put almost anything between two pieces of bread. So glad trade is up and people are about to riot. Royal wedding. This should bring everyone's defiance down by one, right? Your wedding to Lorenz is naturally the talk of the kingdom. Nobles and peasants alike travel from across the realm to attend. For a week and a day, the capital is one giant party. Feels like you're the only one not taking part. Instead, you're getting ready for the ceremony. Soon enough, you're brought to St. Bernard's Cathedral along with Lorenz at your side. Do you take this man to be your lawfully wedded husband? I do. I pronounce you queen and husband. After the wedding, of course, there's a feast, and after the feast, there's a dance. Your new husband, Lorenz, delivers a short but heartfelt toast, expressing his wish to get to know you better. By the time you find yourself alone with Lorenz, it's past midnight, and you've never felt more tired. I must profess, I'm glad it's over. We can finally talk openly with each other now. Just admit, I feel the same way. I'm glad to hear that. It must be difficult being queen, constantly surrounded by liars, lickspittles, and flatterers. I don't know how you stand it. Oh, it's tough, but I have my duty. Benigns, I feel for you. I couldn't do it. After finishing the last of the wine, you head to your separate bedchambers. It seems your husband is happy to take his time getting to know you. Did I mess up that interaction? It seemed fine, but I feel like they're just awkward. Dear God, May, hey, there was no smexy time, okay? We were just talking. I don't need to look like this, you know? I don't think this fits, but we'll keep moving. That means I don't know if I want to. I don't know if I want to either. I have never heard that term in my life before. Apparently something has escaped the cellars of Countzilla. Did I ever get a message back? I do not think I did. I'll just go with Zilla for now until I hear otherwise. Castle, I've asked for eyewitness reports from the local. Hello, your majesty. It was an unholy sight. A monster stitched together from parts dug up from the village cemetery. I recognized my Aunt Edna's earlobes. Did it hurt anyone? No, it just seemed confused and kept asking for its parent. The creature is my life's work, your majesty, and my son. His escape was regrettable, and he just wanted to see the village up close. Rest assured, I have chained him up far more securely in my dungeon to ensure this won't happen again. It's too late for that now, Count. You and your unholy creation must be burned. It's the only way to cleanse the world of your evil. Guys, look, we can gamble. That surely won't have any repercussions. I say we veto that one. That looks like the worst out of all of them. C is the safest. C is fine. I really want D. I feel like D would be the most fun. I feel like no one wants to see the monster go free, but we really should see the monster go free. I'm being honest. I feel like that'd be interesting. No one seems to agree, but being able to rebel. But if the monster goes free, then in theory, we shouldn't get defiance from it. Monster may live as long as it stays imprisoned. Ooh. Thank you, your majesty. I promise the villagers will never again be troubled by my son's unusual features. Riots spark across the east as priests whip the common folk into a frenzy. How can Zilla have escaped justice after desecrating the dead and performing dark magic? They lost one stability, that's fine. Rumors spread that Zilla has used their powers to turn you into their puppet. Why else has this travesty been allowed? Is that actually? That, wait, it's 5 or less, right? Yeah, okay, I'm fine with that. And let's go. And then both stabbed authority and... So if the authority and stability are high, they can't rebel? It doesn't matter how much defiance they have, if it's high enough they can't rebel? I thought they just had to have like 8 defiance. I didn't realize they... Oh. Oh. Far to the north where the snow blankets the landscape and wolves howl in the night, the chiefs plot to bring about the end of the world. Ragnarok. Praise Morgana. Initial talks with the ice giants are going pretty well, and they've gifted us a new patch of fertile land in the northern valleys. The gods are good. With luck, with this foundation, an alliance strong enough to rock the world. Aye, the ice giants are a formidable ally. Tall as buildings and limbs like tree trunks. Those southerners don't know how to fight them like we do. But first, we must offer something the giants desire. Whole kingdoms worth of pillage? Just what I was thinking of. If we fill the kingdom with bountiful goods and plunder, the giants won't be able to resist. For the next stage, the chief's scheme is to raise the other region's trade to 12 or more in 2 seasons. I think we're at 14 right now. Wait, the other regions. They're 1 off. Right? They're 1 off. They're at 11. Still is not good. I have no heir. Back from the... Oh, did you shoot yourself in the leg again? What did you do? Sibyl, dearest, I have something for you. Something I brought back from my latest hunt. A trophy! Lorenz takes you by the hand and leads you to the great hall where a white sheet hangs from a statue that wasn't there before. Pulls the sheet free to the floor. A taxidermied figure of a great bear is revealed, snarling as if ready to attack. The guardian bear of the north... The guardian bear of the north was a white bear, right? This isn't the sacred guardian of the chiefs, right? Right? Like, we're... Right? Sell it? No, we're not selling it. Alright. Fearsome, this will be perfect for instilling some fear into the nobles. Bear makes a fine addition to the council chambers. You nobles give nervous glances every time they enter. Need the money? I don't need the money. We're fine on money. We'll get money. See, we have spiders. Spiders give money, surely. Your Majesty, the forest of my land is completely overrun with giant spiders. Some are as big as horses. I would hate to live there, Emerald. The trees are shrouded in webs and travelers are going missing. We need to put a stop to this. What would you guys like to do? You can either send in an army to wipe them out, burn it with fire and arson, or we must learn to coexist with the giant spiders. What would you like to do? Join how's stream going? Stream's going good. Welcome in, Sky. Gamble? Yeah, there's gambling. There's gambling, guys. But yeah, nothing too big's going on. I haven't lost yet. Therefore, I think we're fine. I feel like I'm about to lose a 90% gamble, but I think we're fine. I'm very hopeful that we're fine. I'm also very surprised you guys didn't choose arson. Northern troops sweep the shrouded woods, hacking down webs and killing the 8-legged creatures as they come across. The operation is a major success, no significant losses, and as soon as the forest is empty of arachnid life, soon it is, my bad. Soon merchants are returning to the roads without worrying about being turned into spider food. Defiance can't go lower, trade is high, and stability is higher. We're doing well. I feel like this is gonna turn around and bite me in the butt. I'll lose money or something. Your Highness, this is an outrage. Bear in Sky is trying to steal my bear from under my nose. Say bear. It's not his bear. It's about to the beast, as I was about to buy this beast from an adventure in the Tatterlands when Chief Scales turns up, shouting and raving about Skirnon. Okay, thank God Skirnon is not dead in our freaking council chamber, because this is what I was worried about with this stupid bear. Who is Skirnon? The northern goddess of medicine and knowledge. The bear wears her mask upon her brow, clear as day. I suppose this is a matter for the council. Mark my words, this bear is not brought to the north where she belongs. There will be trouble. I say we... Boom. Let's see how this goes. We can either, if it's sacred, let Scales have it and that it goes and lives in the north, Finders Keepers, Sky can have the bear, or just encourage a bidding war and make them pay a ridiculous amount of money. Looks like people really want the sacred bear to go back to where it belongs, so we'll take it. If it's sacred, Chief Scales should have the bear. Chief gradually purchased the bear for an extortionate amount from the Tatterlands adventurer who can't believe her luck. Naturally, the Barons aren't happy about their lost potential for a zoo exhibit, but there's little they can do. Turns out the bear is a fearsome creature with bright white fur, intense green eyes, and she's vast. Even on all fours, she stands taller than a wagon. She's transported to the north slowly and carefully, stated by special herbs and followed by a stream of worshipping villagers. Chief Scales is delighted that Skuranon will has been done. Scales is broke. Scales is very broke, but you know, we have high stability. We have like no authority. We have high stability, so we're fine. I think that's the end of the day. All right, you guys, it's voting, or it's bidding time. You guys can either bid for trade, for it to be lowered or raised or lowered. You can vote for farming to be raised or lowered, or you can vote for authority to be raised or military to be lowered for the counts. One day, I mean, wait, which one was on their second? I would highly recommend you guys very much fund B. If they're gonna fund A, someone fund B and counteract it, or else the Barons are gonna be on their final step and I don't have much authority. I can't do much. So I'm just saying, unless you guys want the Barons to be, you know, where they need to be. What do the Chiefs need? Oh. How about everyone just lower? All right, well, the Barons and Chiefs are now. So, okay, let me recap. Purple people need authority of at least 5 starting next season. The red peoples need trade to be at 12 to be at 6. They need, or 5. They need their own to be at 5 or higher. The blue peoples need at least 12 overall between the counts and the Barons. Next. Crap, yeah. Gunpowder smuggling, legends rising about your heir. Give me the heir first, please. Jolanjo has grown strong and steady like an old castle wall, but it began, though it began as a political arrangement, it's blossomed into something like love. High time you thought about an heir. Congratulations are in order. The royal wedding was a magnificent affair. Thank you. I'm very happy. Your happiness isn't important as fulfilling your duty to the kingdom, but I'm glad you found a way to have both. Done well, but something is still missing. An heir. You need someone young whose loyalty is assured. A child of your own would do the trick, even if they're a bastard. Or the youngest of your many cousins. We'll have a child together. The traditional method, I'm sure no one will object to that. I'll arrange for you to take a month off from ruling so you can get down to business. Oh boy. Gunpowder smuggling. Phil Jr., that kid was already named after you. I don't think we can have little Siviel be my drop kicked a child in self-defense. No, okay, we didn't drop kick any children, you know? Your Highness, the Barons of the March are attempting to amass a store of gunpowder, you know, explosive black powder from Kurth. What can I do? Barons have established contracts with Kurth merchants, and no doubt at great expense. Without the coin to purchase more powder, however, their plot will fail. As it stands, the Barons' trade is strong enough to procure a large amount of gunpowder stockpile. If you stop them, you'll need to act fast. You bring the revelations, which the Barons wholeheartedly deny to the council. Alright. We can delay this. We
Okay.
can delay this.
Jingle, jingle, pay attention.
Yes,
Pay attention.
yes,
I said
Daya.
your favorite word.
But it is the best way. I will tell you, it is the best way. We'll see. Can either slap heavy tariffs on all imports to the March, which will lower trade but raise defiance. Honestly, that's also not bad. That is not bad. A and B are not bad. Neither are bad. Because the tariffs lower trade. And if the if they lower trade in red, that will put the Ragnarok scheme below where it needs to be. So that part, C isn't winning. C is not winning. I say we B, we're not voting B. We're gonna slap the heavy tariffs on it. Get the counts. The reason I'm doing this is because I have more of a chance to lower trade by 1 before next season than anything else. So we're gonna slap the heavy tariffs on it. It's gonna lower trade. I need to lower it by 1 more. Predictably, the barons roar about unfair treatment and prejudices by the council, but the tariffs are passed nonetheless. The new law certainly puts a damper on the barons' efforts to purchase more expensive explosives. I only hope it will be enough. It's the last thing. Legends rising. Where are the ice giants, I hope? Brutish creatures that live in the frozen waste beyond our northern border. It's a time before now they ruled the north to keep people as slaves. The chiefs are willing to let bygones be bygones. They're forging an alliance with the giants to bring down your kingdom. Ice giants. That's worse than I thought. Quite. My intelligence suggests the chiefs have offered up the kingdom as plunder for the giants when the time comes. Luckily, the trade in the kingdom isn't prosperous at the moment. Don't want to be too ripe for pillaging, I suppose. What am I to do? Certainly be one strategy, yes. Okay. I say okay, I'm gonna let you guys vote. You need to send tribute to the ice giants. We'll lower our authority and lower our trade, but also raise our defiance. You can, God, guys, we cannot. Our military actually, no, it sucks. Our military sucks. If we have to fight, no, we're why are the counts on this? Why are the counts on this side? Okay, whatever. No one benefits from, yeah, no one benefits from A. Except, yeah, unless you guys want counts to be lower, but I think counts are gonna move on this turn. Counts decide not to act. The council has decided not to act. Even the threat of an ice giant invasion isn't enough to get them off their back seats. End the season. Somewhere in a dark cellar, a nervous baron is showing his guest a stupendous cache of explosive gunpowder. Behold! Great God. My life, isn't it rather rarer than gold dust? Over here it is, and it isn't just the biggest stockpile in the kingdom, but only one. Now what do we do with it? Oh! Hi guys. You should vote B. You should vote B. I think you guys should vote B. You know, I really think you should vote B. I think your military's high enough. I think you should vote B. Guys, B. That doesn't look like B. Guys, do you know what B is? I don't think that's... Sneak the gunpowder under the palace and blow him sky high. Goal is to raise stability. Stuff anywhere will be able to lull the queen to a false sense of security, not to mention the fact the roads need to be safe for transport. Final stage, they need to keep it at 10 for a full season. Back in the north, Chief Tommy is hosting yet another feast in his clan. Not everyone is in the mood for celebrating, however. No developments, I'm afraid. The giants aren't willing to commit. Not yet. What's the problem? They leave their brains in the ice caves again? Or are they too scared to take on a measly queen? Nay, just not enough to plunder. We make the other regions bigger, juicier targets. The chief's aim is to raise the other regions' combined trade to 12 or more. Okay. Boom. 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 Yes. Give me money. Hungry bear, prying eyes, no more spiders. Let's go with the spiders. It's rich, not us. I'm taxing. I'm just taxing. Because I can tax. Your Highness, a forest on my lands has been completely overrun with giant flies. The giant spiders must not have been the only thing keeping them in check. They're huge, horrible, and buzzing around all of the north. How big are we talking? Each one's the size of my head. Where there are thousands of them swarming all over the place, I have to wear a helmet to protect my own. Something must be done. You guys have fun. Do whatever you see fit. You gave them normal tags.
I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't want to raise their defiance.
Do voices. I think my character would be hilarious with a Valley Girl. I don't know how to do a Valley Girl voice. I know of like Valley Girl voices, but like I don't know what like. I don't normally do voices because I'm not very good at doing voices. This is awful. Lower stability on purpose. Live with it? It's unbearable. I can't do a accent. I'm so sorry. Seething black masses of flies cover my estate. I can't set foot outside with each one of them swooping down and attacking. It's horrible. It's whatever. It's all over me. Chief Emerald storms out of the council hall without looking back. From that point on, the skies of the north are black over huge, horrible flies that crawl over the castle and devour the crops. That's really bad. The peasants stay indoors rather than facing the horrors of outside, and the flies spread a disease, a hideous plague that sweeps from village to village and leaves thousands dead. Wonderful. We're doing it? We're not doing anything. Our wondrous bear is thriving in the north, your greatness, just as Skuranon would have wished. God speakers have gained visions of new herbs and medicines ever since they arrived. Gods are good. Can you share this knowledge? Maybe. I have to ask the God speakers about that. It is sacred knowledge, after all. The only thing is that, she's eating a lot. Our hunters had to push the frozen waste to find enough food to cover her food, whatever. Having second thoughts, are you? Maybe the bear would do better in a cozy menagerie, Let's not vote B. Let's... You guys can vote for whatever you want. If you want to vote B, be my guest, vote B. If you really want to vote B, be my guest and vote B. For ownership. Why are you transferring ownership? Go and gamble. Be like Emerald and have the really crappy gamble. Or vote B. Why not? Why not vote B? You know, just... It raises farming. I'm fine with it because it raises farming. I did a gamble and it paid off. I covered my butt and we are good. Fine fish from Sal, venison from the Tatterlands, even some Ashmedian beef. It all arrives in the north to help the chiefs support their sacred bear. She eats remarkably well and grows sleeker and happier by the day. As the chiefs do, who can take the as do the chiefs who can take the choicest cuts of meat and ripest vegetables for themselves. Farming went back up, we're good. Prying eyes. Your Highness, you of course have the greatest queen of this century. It's true. Exactly indeed. And I'm sure all will come to kneel before you. But your power could be even greater. Death comes for us all, but what if we didn't have to? What if you could be the greatest queen for all millennia? That sounds sacrilegious. Perhaps it is, your majesty, but perhaps it's simply making use of opportunities the Ninth provides us. Are you strong enough to take them? I can arrange more meetings so that we may discuss this matter further. Door busts open. So they've gotten to you first, no matter. The counts have made agents everywhere, and they've been building up your strength. But there's something more sinister afoot. Their ultimate goal is to aim to make you into a cult of immortal blood drinkers. What a tale. All we want is to help the queen. Is this true? Of course not. This is heresy of the highest order. The council must know. What would you guys like to do? Vampire Queen sounds cool. Is that an ending? I think it is an ending. The only problem, is they can... So, they've done this to me before, and they've succeeded. But there is a way like, when it comes down to it, either they can keep their word or they can just murder me. And, like, they'll trick me in saying, oh, you can be immortal. And then they'll just murder me instead. We're innocent? I don't think you are innocent. You guys, I could have just delayed the scheme, you know? That killed yourself instead of joining us? No, I'm pretty sure you just killed me. You had a vote. And you just... whatever. The High Inquisitor storms off to her chambers, but there's nothing more than she can do against the Counts. It's the end of the season. While playing a game of chess in the Azure Castle, two Counts the East discuss their schemes against the crown. Most pleasing, the Queen is drunk with power. But I was thinking, should we really show the Queen? See! Well, that was a point. Immortality and all that. Yes, but those secrets are meant to be, well, kept secret. But she pulled wool over her eyes. See, you can either give false sense of security, or you can actually induct me. I feel like farming's easier for you all. But I am just saying. Wasn't more years of Sivial stream? True! I wouldn't have to go anywhere then. Ooh, one. Looks like you guys aren't gonna pull crap over me this time. But you have to raise your farming too. Very well, we must prepare for the ritual. Yes, I begin appeasing to the spirits of soil, but first we must enrich our lands. Blood of the dead, it won't be long now. For the final stage of the scheme, the Counts must raise their farming to at least 10. You know, at least the max number. Okay, we're gonna take this. Gonna get rid of the royal gamble. End. Keeping stability at 9 while getting all of the wheat. Yeah, it'll be interesting. Especially since I can't do anything. What's the powerful storm? Just immediately drops it. Okay, whatever. Just steal my farming without me being able to do anything, thank you. It's a terrible storm has struck the march. Unfortunately, many houses have been swept away in the floods, and roads are totally impassable. I guess we have faith or something. Guys, can we gamble? We need to gamble. Let me gamble, please. I don't think the march should fend for itself. I think we should just gamble. I feel like gambling might raise stability, but we can very easily lower stability. That is possible. And they won't trigger this turn because it needs to stay for a whole turn at 10. I thought it said it has to be a whole turn at 10. It just needs to end at 10. But we should be fine. Not like second guessing myself. I want to gamble. Is to end on a 10? Oh, well, we're gonna gamble. I like gambling. The church rises eagerly to the occasion. They spend vast amounts of gold to repair the roads and send priests to comfort the huddled masses. Holy faith. The success of the church's relief effort converts thousands of common folks into fantastical believers. It didn't change stability, so we're fine. Plague of rats. Didn't help farming at all, but whatever. Count Foggy strides into the council chambers, distraught, waving a dead rat by its tail. Wow, Foggy, I didn't know you were like that. The fields of barns of the east are overrun with vermin, and we have no more poison for these horrible things. We can't cope anymore. What would you guys like to do? We can gamble, or we can gamble. There is two gambles here. The day before chucking over... Why'd you chuck it over the fence instead of into a bag, into a trash can, Foggy? Why? Whatever. 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 Think about the gambles, guys. Think about the gambles. We gotta love gambles. Looks like we do get to gamble. Get to deliver some rat poison. And it succeeded! You send barrels of poison to the east, closely guarded. Soon, rat corpses litter the lands. It's messy, and poison stockpiles will take some time to recover, but the infestation is over. I feel like that's gonna bite me soon. Your Highness, I've come to the summit to complain about the counts to the east. Lately, they've been neglecting their deeds. I'm not a debt collector. Who do you think the common folk will blame if the church starts failing? Me? No, Your Highness. They'll blame you, and you alone. Especially if I tell my priest to spread word that you refused to pay a holy man in need. Trying to threaten me? Trying to threaten me. What are the threats here? You know, this doesn't affect farming. Go away, you old fart. I've never been so... You'll regret your words and your deeds, and I'll see to it personally. Goodbye. Yeah, goodbye. I don't care about you. The Archbishop still proves truth to his words. Throughout the kingdom, priests preach to their flocks, to the queen, as a baby kicker, oh, hell yeah, and a devil worshipper. I don't know about that one. The gullible peasants lap it up. And boom. Next. Nothing changes. End the season. Avatar Skuranon, an invitation. Your heir. Give me the heir. Should I die? Ask the crown be passed down to... What gender is my child? The first person to say something gets to choose the gender of my child, or I do not care what the gender of my child is. Son? Fantastic. Critter. I think it is a critter. The assembled nobles break into a polite applause before designating heir. You cemented the stability of the kingdom. Your Highness, may I be the first to congratulate you on the birth of your son. What is his name? Civil II, apparently. Hurrah, Your Highness! I'm sure little Civil II will grow up to be a chip off the old block. Congratulations finding an heir. Now you need to fulfill your ambition to win the game. Expect a visit from the Spy Master soon. Invitation. What? That's a girl's name, though? I feel like Civil could be either. I feel like... I don't think anyone else that I've ever seen online or otherwise has been named Civil. I feel like it could very much be a dude's name. If you, like, it seems very... like, very either way. Without a word, Count Blackpag hands you a blood-red envelope sealed in wax in the shape of a skull. Inside is a beautifully written invitation called the Crimson Vigil. This is happening so late. And I'm afraid I'll be busy. Major choice, I cannot say. I say I'm not disappointed. And Avatar of Skuranon. Please do not raise stability. Chief Scales and his friends have locked themselves in their lodges and are refusing to come out. Say they're learning the ways of Skuranon. Meanwhile, our trade routes are drying up because of their negligence. By the 9th, I swear it's that damn bear's fault. Dangerous thing indeed, Your Majesty. You know how we tolerate these heathen practices in the north, but this is too much. What does Skuranon mean? Eating poisonous moss and making horrible concoctions so they can have visions of their pagan god. Apparently, Skuranon is a deity of wisdom and medicine. Ha! What do we do, Your Highness? Our traders will lose their livelihoods if we can't sell timber to the north. I see gambling. We can't afford this one. I think we can be safe with everything else. Let's pick Gamba. Gamba, I agree. I agree. I think Gamba is the best way to go. Except that could be magical rays of stability and then we all lose. But I think Gamba. I think Gamba. I don't see a problem with Gamba. Alright, I guess never mind. We're going to set up trade between... We're setting up trade between the barons and counts instead. Grumbling, the barons turn their attention to business with the counts. Fortunately, the timber trade piles into gold for all parties. Trade increase, trade increase. The chiefs eventually emerge from their lodges and they're not pleased the barons have abandoned their trade deals, but faith in Skurdon's wisdom is stronger than ever. Unfortunately, Chief Scales perished during the ceremonies, having eaten too many vision mushrooms. Darn, Scales. The other chiefs say it's the way he would have wanted to go. Well, Scales the second, welcome, welcome, and we have some farming. Like Scales does it. Meanwhile, the bear remains happy and pampered in the northern lands. And we're good to live another day, question mark? Yeah, they're still sitting at 11. The blue peoples are at 11, so yeah, we're good. Oh. Guys, I believe in all of you who are anybody to make sure that your options get the most amount of money. Don't let... I see something. I'm not going to verbally say what it is, but I think everyone can see what it is. I'm just saying you guys might want to fund two things. I think those fundings would be very, very, very good. I'm just saying, you might, two colors might want to band together here. Specifically on F, you might want to spend a lot of money on F right now. I think F would be, if you guys let B go through, you might not be good. When otherwise you put on F, yeah. I have to win this turn. I have to hope I have the option to win this turn. Too quiet. Nope. We lost. We lost. We lost. We lost. I thought I had one more turn. Good job. I was trying to slowly guide you guys. This is the best ending. I don't think so. I could have been immortal, damn it. You wake up to a bird song from outside your bedchamber windows. Your husband gives you a sleepy peck on the cheek. All is right in the world. Sleep for a while longer. The council won't be in session today, so you decide today would be a nice day to lie in. You've earned it. After you hit the pillow, your head drifts to sleep. You think, it's a good day to be queen. Let me take this drink really quick. It's not our fault. A lot of you had money, and a lot of you could have outbid that number. It's the very last thought that enters your head. Out of the capital, a young woman opens her window to an empty chamber pot in the street. In an instant, she's knocked backwards by a shockwave coming from the palace. There's a flash of light and a colossal clash of gunpowder detonates. Windows are shattered and shutters are blown open. Dust and smoke billows in the streets, shrouding the kingdom in utter darkness. Later, all that remains of the royal palace is a smoldering crater. It's not long before the barons march into the capital and restore order. No one in the kingdom dares to challenge them after that display of power. Historians of the future are quick to note the silver lining of the clouds and the soot, and the death that comes to your end of your reign. At least you didn't suffer long. You killed me, my husband, all of my royal advisors. I was doing well. If I could have... That's what I get for being, you know, too good with my stability. Whatever. You taxed us? I don't care! I don't care that I taxed you! You blew me up! I don't think that's very equal trade, you know? Do you expect? I expect to win this next game, you know? That's what I expect. Starting a new dynasty. Gonna give you guys democracy. We're not having the counts. I know they didn't- we're not having counts and we're not having barons. Because the barons were the ones that won. So we'll have chiefs, we'll have the patricians, whatever they are, the green people, and we'll have the yellow people. Downstairs bath. No, we're gonna have... what name? Question mark? I promised. That one? The... Or we can have... We can have these two. Those are your two options for our dynasty name. I think yesterday we had the neighbor's attic because I couldn't spell neighbors right. Brain is slow? No. No, don't apologize. It's all in good fun. Didn't make it? No, the garden didn't make it. I promised the dungeon and I promised the bathroom, so we either have the downstairs bathroom dynasty or the darkest dungeons dynasty. Couldn't remember? Well, I remembered it. I remembered it very well. But this will be, we're doing a second one because the first one went really fast relative to the scheme. So we'll do one more and then, yeah, we'll do this one. I want to win. I really want to win. I felt like I was close. I feel like everything was lined up. Garden sounds so peaceful though, but that's the problem. It's too peaceful. Include the counts again. We are not including the counts. Make you explode. Don't make me explode. I don't want to explode, Daya. I don't want to explode. Be blue, green, yellow? It's gonna be blue, green, yellow. Vote got removed somehow? Well, now it's 1 and 4. I feel like it just didn't go through immediately. Alright, it looks like the downstairs bathroom dynasty is the way we are going. I can't wait to win and play in the downstairs bathroom dynasty. Red's the best? Well, we're not having red. Red already won. And I hate purple. So we're going through. Blue, yellow, green, begin. All right. What would you guys like to do? Again, if you'd like to join, !join space, your pronouns that you would like the game to use, space, if you own the game, what region you would like to join. If you don't own the game, then it will just randomly assign you to the less populated area. And it will reassign you if people that have the game, like, want to be there, it'll push you out. But I think we're good for here. Alright. 3, 2, 1, let us begin. Again, you can join at any time. I'm gonna like really quickly go through everything at the start. Council introduction. Chiefs of the North, yep, we know you guys are barbarians basically. Patricians, you guys basically just want money. Oh, hi Scales. And the yellow people are like devout followers of God, and hi Lupin. The chiefs become the strongest. I'm scared. You sit back, is this what the council's like? Yep. Again, we're skipping through this because we just did it. Do coronation first. Your Majesty, I've scheduled your coronation to take place in a week's time. We're gonna have a vote. What would you guys like our coronation to be? I don't want to be thrown in the river. No river. Boom. Spend money? Don't. It's different. It's different. We can't have the one we had last time. I don't want to be thrown in the river. We've been thrown in a river a lot. I know it's funny, but we don't need the river. But you guys can either host a lavish parade with jugglers and fountains of wine, invite foreign dignitaries to show off our wealth, or traditions are outdated. No one needs a coronation at all. Scandinavia and the Dutch. Is that what I have? Alright, we're spending a lot of money with this one. Dignitaries arrive from all corners of Seleth. Is it Celestath? Stellestath, yeah. And it's only appropriate you show off. A trained eagle drops a ruby-encrusted crown atop your head as you stand on a golden podium. The odd crowd includes influential figures from the Dukes of Sal, the Prince of Taliban, and even the Pearl Bearer from Atesh. Lucrative trade deals are struck at the evening's feast. Only the Grand Pensionary of Kurth is not in attendance. The Republic, after all, is fundamentally opposed to the very concept of monarchy. A path to victory. Your Majesty, when you die, how do you hope the kingdom will remember you? You know, I say, have we won with trade? I know we tried for farming last time. I don't think farming's the best option this time. Have we won a trade? Is Glorb there? I hope Glorb's there. I'm gonna need a I'm gonna need a recap on how to romance Glorb if he shows up, but I hope so. And what you've won with? I know I've won. Okay, I thought I won with stability. Based off last game, we're gonna go with stability. and we're gonna hope that works. An admirable aim. I suggest that over the next few years, you're focused on improving the kingdom's stability as much as possible. Sub-goals you won with? Okay. Once you have an heir, I will return to discuss your ambition, how it's progressing. Thank you, thank you. End the season. Chiefs. Randall of the Ghost Clan, charismatic northern hero, stands precariously on a loghouse crossbeam, spinning as they speak. Chiefs of the North, we all know that I should be on the throne, not this imposter Queen Siviel. How do we make that happen? Can either go for sorcery, where your goal is to raise authority, uprising, where your goal is to raise the treasury, or subterfuge, where your goal is to lower stability. Do you like would I something tells me I'm gonna be bald. Do I want to be bald? I feel like the answer to that question is no? Question mark? But okay, I'm bald. Thank you for the royal haircut scales. You guys vote for subterfuge, your goal is to lower stability. Have fun with that. The chiefs plan to replace the queen's closest cabinet advisors with their own agents. First, they must prove that the current advisors are doing a bad job. To advance their scheme, the chiefs must lower stability to 4 or less in 3 seasons. You're immediately going okay, whatever. Peppy of the Tommy lineage, charismatic political mastermind, stands bathed in sunshine, droning on as if in a daze. The false pretender occupies the throne while my claim is ignored. Grandees of the South, this is a stain on our honor and must not be allowed to go unanswered. Grandees, what would you like to do? You can either go for a doppelganger, where your goal is to lower your own defiance, intimidation, where your goal is to raise stability, or fervor, where your goal is to raise your own farming. The difference or gains are based on different medieval places. The North is based off of Norse and Celtish. The coast are capitalist in northern, in the Netherlands is where the capitalism is invented. Is it? The South is based on Urbian. I did not know that. It's interesting. I guess you guys are going for doppelganger. You guys have to lower your own defiance. The Grandees plan to swap the real queen for a perfect doppelganger. First, they must gain the trust of the spy master. They must have a defiance of 4 or less in 4 seasons. Finally, patricians. Clement of the Black Pag family, charismatic business Mongol, scribs with a well-used scroll on a hardwood desk, explaining a measured pose. Fellow patricians of the coast, my claim to the throne is far more legitimate than that of Queen Siviel. Something must be done. You can either go for A, a monopoly, where your goal is to raise your own trade, B, a conspiracy, where your goal is to lower the treasury, or C, corruption. Your goal is to lower authority. Green peoples, what would you like to do? He sounds fun. You don't want to go for a monopoly? Like the hit board game Monopoly? Looks like Scales wants to go for corruption. Patricians plan to turn the throne into a commodity that can be bought and sold at will. First, they must ensure that the rule of the law is crumbling. To advance their scheme, the patricians must lower authority to 4 or less in 3 seasons. And that's that. We have our things. Onto the laws. Not helpful. Yeah, we'll take that. Honor guard, untimely death. Who died? We just started. Who's dead? Rest in peace, Black Pag. Murder. My father, Lord Patrician Backpag, has been murdered, and I know who did it. It was the Grandee Lupin. Lupin, you're out here. You can't say rest in peace. Don't let him deny it. I won't deny that I killed the venerable Lord Patrician Blackpag. But this is no murder. Blackpag agreed to an honorable duel in which I won. Depths below. It was no duel. It was a cold-blooded killing. What reason would my father possibly have to duel you in the first place? The reason for any duel between the challenge and the challenger and the challengee is a private matter not fit for the council. This is all just defiance. I want to know. Tell us. You know what? I feel, right? Like, we should let the Spymaster investigate the claim. I feel like we need to know. I feel like that's the only fair way. In prison, no, we need to know what's going on with the Spymaster. I trust the Spymaster to find the truthful truth. Because this could be a very slippery slope, and we don't want to condone murder now, do we? Fantastic. Lupin killed my father and admitted it right in front of the council chamber. What more do you need? I will make this as swift as possible, Your Majesty. The sooner we get to the bottom of this, the better. So we will know next time, saint or sinner. All I am saying is that every grandee claims to have a saint in his ancestry. Your great-great-grandfather was probably a common dullard. Shut your mouth, you hedge-born puzzlewit. His name was Saint Umber, and he defeated the werewolf of Anajar by turning him to dust in an instant, according to my grandmother. If you're so sure, how about a little wager? A bag of gold says your ancestor was no saint. You're on. Wait. Okay. I have had to face, we don't have the purple peoples. I have had to face the stupid werewolf. I don't even know how many times. My mic was muted. I don't care. We're gonna, okay. I don't care. I had to face this stupid werewolf. We don't have the purple peoples, but I had to face it so many times. Are you saying if we played with the yellow peoples more and I chose them as my honor guard, they could beat the werewolf? Are you saying that's a thing? Is that a thing? We're playing with yellow more. We don't use yellow nearly enough. What's all this? Your battle nun? Oh, you're right. The claim is correct. Yeah, I was hopeful. Lord Patrician Scales is spreading damnable lies about my great-great-grandfather. If you really think he was a saint, dig him up. Saints are incorruptible. Even after death, they don't decay. Very well, I will request the council's permission to exhume my ancestor and prove this foul wrong. Alright, we're gambling. You have no choice. Pick which gamble you'd rather gamble. Do. Gambling so much and then try and reject it? I am what people call a hypocrite, Foggy. I thought you would have learned this by now. Oh, I get to pick the gamble? Okay, I know it's less of a chance, but it's because I've already seen how this one goes that I'm going to pick the church records. And we're probably gonna fail, but that's okay. The church records can be muddled, Your Majesty, especially after the times of turmoil, but I'll do my best to check. What was this deceased man's names? Saint Umber. Surely you have a history of him somewhere. A few days later, the Archbishop emerges from his personal library, blinking in the light. I'm sorry, I can't find any records of this saint named Umber. What? No, check again, by the 9th. I was right. I think you owe me an apology. 9th, preserve us. I was so sure. Fine, take your money. Oh, it doesn't even hurt me at all. Oh, hell yeah, you go exchange money between yourselves. Word quickly spreads that Grandee Lupin's humiliation and faith in the church weakens. How many more saints will be revealed to have falsehoods? I don't care about faith. Honor guard. 50-50? Yeah, it worked for me. As tradition, each region offers a selection of elite guards, the patricians with their gladiators of the arena. Fortunately, we can't recruit the gladiators as there's been a major scandal. You guys aren't even... That isn't even high defiance. Fine, whatever. Accusations of match mixing and fake blood spilled in the arena. They won't come to the capital until this blows over. You need to pick someone else. Who is least likely to... Turns out State of Decay, maybe. Maybe. Defiance gives them plus 20% of not being able to be picked. Only 20? Wait. Okay, question. Is there a chance that none of them will come? Is that a thing? Like, so because there's Defiance, 20%, 20%, 40%. If I'm super unlucky, could just none of the... Okay. Is it just one that can't come? Limited to one? Okay. Because I'm like, if I somehow manage to piss all of the countries off and they refuse to come. Oh. Okay, made my decision. I'm... Let's hire the foreign ones. I'm not hiring... I don't have... Why would I hire the mercs? I would be broke on turn 2. For a change, I would be broke. Broke beyond broke. You guys were the one that wanted to host a lavish everything. Mercs or no guard? Want to see no guard? I'm gonna get murdered. Don't need a guard. Your Majesty, I must protest the strongest possible terms that these nobles will consider this an insult to their warriors' prowess. And more importantly, the honor guard, you've totally unprotected. Does your wife flirt so little? It raises my authority. Yeah, let's see how it goes. Why are they pissed at me? They didn't even show up. Why are they pissed? Don't blame me when you wind up on the wrong end of an assassin's blade. And that's that. Alright. Start the auction. You can raise military, lower stability, lower farming, raise stability, lower authority, or lower trade. What would you guys like to do? Also gonna take a piece of gum really quick because I really want it. I had to process it. Good job, Foggy. Looks like currently we are leaning towards lowering authority and lowering stability. Not very fun, but whatever. Just dropped a crochet hook on the ground and I had to pick it up because it bothered me. Oh! Might be raising stability? No, we're lowering stability. Darn, I almost had it. Things are funded. Let's get going. Wandering Bard. Finding a spouse. Spymaster's invitation. Investigation. Oh, how I cannot read. Your Majesty, I've returned from my investigation of Lord Patrician Blackpag's death on the coast. What'd you find? I found a heap of burnt parchment in the back hearth. Servants of Lupin threw it into the fire right after Lord Patrician Blackpag's death. They were totally illegible, but I made out one detail from the scraps that were left. Lupin's crest. It's clear that Grandy Lupin wanted to cover up something. It's a motive for murder, without a doubt. Aha! These destroyed documents prove that Lupin killed my father in cold blood to cover up whatever horrid truths must have contained. A murder and a conspiracy. Veto that. Do you guys either want to convict him or do you... Of course. Or do you want to say the evidence is not enough to hold, you know... Evidence is enough. That's everyone. Whatever. Fine, fine, fine. I messed up on that one, but that's fine. Why bother? You have enough evidence to convict Lupin. Evidence that he tried to destroy. If you let him go now, it could be a Taliban the next week. I think I did that backwards. Wandering Bard. Your Majesty, a traveling bard. She says she has come to compose a song for you. Just any bard, Your Highness. The best in all the land. Sally Six Fingers, they call me. Song you say about me? Why, of course. In fact, I have a tune to verse all but ready. Save my best work for you, my queen. All I require is a subject. Teach them to love me. You do so, your highness. Absolutely, but give it a few weeks and everyone within the Crown Lands will know of your benevolence. I pray, I'll need a small fee of 500 gold for the time. A discounted rate only for one as esteemed as yourself. We're gonna be broke. I just want to see what happens. She hurries out of the throne room to do your bidding. You stupid bard! You stupid bard! Fortunately, Sally is a better salesperson and songwriter. She composes a song, yes, but it fails to capture the... Perform it for you, but it's abysmal. Nothing rhymes. There's no rhyme. She doesn't even pronounce your name correctly. I don't blame her on that last part, but... Yeah, I can't avoid my mother. I've been busy. I don't care. Give me men. Fine. Moving on. Done. I need money. Who has money? You have money. You have money. You have money. Give me all your money. Don't care anymore. We're running this kingdom into the ground. Southern conspiracy. What does that even say? Prediction? Oh, hell yeah. Your Majesty, excellent news from beyond the sky. As your greatness knows, I'm an amateur astronomer. Are you, Foggy? I've seen the solar eclipse in its own way, visible from the north. We must encourage the kingdom to gather beneath the dark sun and experience this once-in-a-lifetime event. By the ninth, nay, an eclipse is a warning from the ninth god, a sign that the kingdom is fallen into shadow. All nobles start talking at once. Some are excited, some are horrified, but all are very loud. Nothing here helps me. Go have fun. Why are you bold? You mean, I don't know. I don't know why. It just happens, you know? You guys want to be religious, or you guys want to not be religious? So we're not being religious today. Focus on holy protection against this eclipse. The North Sages' specifics about the sun going dark are other unusual. Well, all are going to die, so the chiefs turn to the church scriptures for help. You hope they will find something before the eclipse occurs. The best choice. Well, you guys made your choice. Eligible options. I found 3 potential matches for you. 1 eligible young man from each kingdom's 3 regions. Yes, I know. Sure, I don't get to see them. First portrait. This is Eric, firstborn son of the Northern Ghost Clan. He's your typical northern lad, big, brawny, and honest. In the same way, an axe to his face, to be honest. Strangely enough for a northerner, he's an enthusiastic covert and worship of the ninth god. He's had a bit of controversy a while back when his clan hall burned down, but apparently his peasants were to blame. Sure, next. From the coast, we have Maurice, a wealthy heir to the Lord Patrician Blackpag again. He wasn't originally the heir, but his elder brother had an unfortunate accident. He's also obsessed with the arena. All of his friends are gladiators, and sometimes he even enters a fight himself. But his father has kept him far away from the family business ever since the incident with some magic beans. Interesting. I'm interested in the magic beans. And finally, from the south, Ernesto, the eldest son of the Tommy lineage. He's reputed to have an ego the size of the sun, but there's nothing wrong with a little confidence, right? Like many in the south, he also claims to put his faith in God above all worldly concerns, and he's got grand plans by all accounts. He wants to change the world. Those faithful factions? Honestly, going off of all of them, Ernesto sounded the best. I can't pick him because I need a lower. You know, we're not sitting very pretty. But Show me them again. You're a backstabber. I don't want you. Show me you. Yeah, I don't want to be churchy, but then you're just churchy. You're churchy too. Because you picked the one with the highest defi- I hate the counts. I don't trust the backstabber. I'm gonna say that. Or, where's the backstabber was in the coast. North, south, east and west. Yeah, I think we're gonna... Glorb, take me. Okay.
You know, guys?
Commoner route was nice. We're not going the commoner route. I want a party. Always were an unruly child. Your days of, Hinduism are behind you now, no matter what you think. You're supposed to be a queen. Queens don't have the luxury of freedom, and you'll learn that sooner or later. Yeah, I'm gonna find a fish. Where's the fish man? I want the fish man, please. What do I still have to do? Southern conspiracy. So handsome. Handsome. Yes, indeed. Henderson. Your spymaster finds you away from the nobles, clearly wanting to speak in private. I returned from the south, questioning Grandy. Lupin led me straight to his stash, hidden inside his villa. I found some more documents, but these ones were unburnt. They were written in code, and I believe to describe a conspiracy to infiltrate the churches of the north with the priests loyal to the Grandies. If my deciphering is accurate, which it is, then we must move delicately or risk civil war. It's likely explained why Lord Patrician Black Pag was killed. Likely, he found out about the conspiracy. We're gonna gamble. Okay, whatever. What is this blackmail? You have no proof of any wrongdoing. Those documents could have been forged by anyone. Bring this to council. If you do, predictably, it doesn't go down well. It's outrageous. I should have known that you sniveling Grandies were plotting something. Is this what my father died for? To cover up a terrible conspiracy? By the 9th, the Grandies will suffer for this. Do I need to worry about? The gamble? I love gambling. And if I have a chance to get- I've already botched this run so badly. Stability is what I'm working towards, and it's at a 2. I beg of you guys, let's do more gambling. Nah, no gamble. We need gambling. Gambling is fun. Gambling. Not murder. Gambling. Offer a plea bargain. The Grandies give Lupin and their lives will be spared. Gambling. You guys don't want to gamble? Okay, fine. Fine. I don't care that Iron Choice is bad for you. It wouldn't actually affect you. It affects Green. Green's screwed. But we're not going to talk about that. Several Grandies implications in the Spymaster's documents are summarily escorted to the gallows, including Lupin and Tommy. My humble thanks, your esteemed highness. I'm glad that justice could finally be done. Okay, so Lupin died. Tommy died. Stuff went down, stuff went down. Fine, perfect. End the season. Okay. Up in the north, Chief Foggy is hosting a grand feast in the clan hall. I've stopped sending my share of the harvest to the crown lands, and the kingdom is in a state the queen hasn't even noticed. Aye, the kingdom is on the brink of collapse, and the council is falling for the queen's advisors to resign. If we want him gone, though, we need to increase the pressure. Once the queen's in a weak enough position, she'll have no choice but to bow to our demands. No more inferring spymaster, no more marshal, no more chancellor or treasurer. A whole new inner circle, all made up of chiefs. The next stage, they need to lower authority to 4 or less. Oh, good luck, guys. In a dingy seaside tavern, 2 patricians of the coast meet to plot their latest scheme. Blood, ashes, damnation, the sea and storm take us all! Whatever is the matter. I offered cash to the palace official and he acted like I was just trying to give him head lice. Doesn't surprise me, the Queen's authority is quite respected, and you'd be lucky if she didn't turn you over to the Watch. There's no room for good old-fashioned bribery? What in the world is this coming to? Nutrition's game is to lower authority to 4 or less. I think you guys share a... yeah, you guys share a goal. Why can I not... I need the one that gives me stability for 50%. And... yeah. Season's fully over. Oh boy. Panic at the council, a spot of heresy, rumors of danger. Guys, you don't need to rebel. Your greatness, I'm afraid we've learned nothing from the scripture about the eclipse. Heathens, we've searched through the most ancient monasteries and discovered a book decrypting a time when the sun went dark. And then, the servants of evil's 7th god broke through while the darkness failed, and took possession of the one who predicted the eclipse. And now, the seer in question is none other than Foggy. That's just some old book, and I'm not some sort of demon. Not yet. Your Highness, the scripture decides how the demons will use Foggy to bring havoc to our realm. We must protect the kingdom. Yeah, this run is, funny D. Well, I made it so you guys can't touch my authority, and we should be fine. This is nonsense. Some old book isn't worth worrying about. Probably. Or you could just execute Foggy. That'd be fine. I don't see any problems with executing Foggy. It's like we're going to not worry about it. Some nobles exchange worried glances, while others praise your level-headedness. Meanwhile, the eclipse draws nearer and nearer. Spot of heresy. Your Highness, I'm stunned and outraged and incensed. I've been summoned to the trial by Inquisition on some nonsense fabricated charge. You kind of been charged for a lot. I think you would have been better if you just got, you know, hanged. They're saying a group of church missionaries went missing near my lands. The weather's cold around here. Anything could have happened to them. No one dares defend me on their own. They're too scared of the High Inquisitor. The trial is set. The council must intervene, Your Majesty. Though she remains silent, the council is keenly aware of High Inquisitor's steely gaze from across the chamber. What would you guys like to gamble with? You guys can gamble, or you can really gamble. We haven't won a single gamble this time. We won them all last time, but not this time. Going for 30%, I see. Who would have guessed we failed? We're dead. The High Inquisitor's poor agents are pestered to distract the northern locals and boggered down with false leads. With no dead missionaries, the trial quickly reaches an impasse. Reluctantly, the High Inquisitor is forced to drop the charges. Panic in the council. Guys, I think we lost. Your Majesty, I bring news from the south. We are receiving reports. You can call up. It's urgent tidings from the north. Yeah, I don't care. You're all giving me a headache. The cities of the south are consumed with riots on a weekly basis. Our citizens overthrow the queen and elect more competence. Oh boy. By old gods, north. Yeah, I don't care. Shut up, shut up, shut up. We're doomed. Keep a clear head, Your Majesty. The kingdom has survived worse troubles. Unfortunately, we lack the resources to tackle these problems at once. You must do. I can't do anything. Just pick. What would you guys like to do? Anything to raise stability, please. Vote to rebel? Let's not rebel, you know? I don't think we need to rebel. I'm already dead here. Like, thankfully we raised stability. I've saved a turn. The one round where I needed to lower my stability, I got no options to lower my stability. This round, I needed to raise my stability, and I didn't have the wonderful thing to raise my stability. You send in the troops to break up the strikes. After the resulting riots have died down, the strikers reluctantly get back to work. Patricians are more satisfied that you've enforced order, but more and more workers abandon their coast altogether, seeking employment in other regions. Crisis on the coast has been squashed, making the kingdom whole slightly more stable. Uh-huh. In the south, beneath the scorching sun, Grandy Lupin is strolling through his vineyard, in a company of a few close friends. What a bloody disaster this year. We're clashing with the queen on a daily basis. The spymaster will never trust it this way. How do we search for a look-alike? Not well. The best I've found is a peasant with the wrong-shaped nose, wrong-colored eyes, and a wooden leg. Don't let that discourage you. Keep searching. Our doppelganger is out there, I'm sure of it. His goal is to lower their defiance to 4 or less. Of course you guys rebel. Peasants on side, rebellion, opening strike. Opening strike. His kingdom is blackened with faithless and dishonor. The ninth god is weeping for what we have become, and whose fault is that? Queen Siviel, the mad tyrant. Alas, you are right. We have no choice but to raise our banners, march into the capital, and install a better ruler. Someone more like Noble Peppy. But first, we must go with our opening move. Pray to the ninth, let him help us decide. We launch a preemptive strike against the chiefs and cripple their military capabilities. If we suspect the chiefs have joined the cause, we can call them to war. More likely, if the authority is low, we can call upon the church to condemn the queen. Or finally, we could send off the assassination and nip this in the bud. Guys, we don't need it to finish this soon, you know? We don't need it to finish. God damn it! I knew this was a botched run from the start, but like... To assassinate the queen, it's no trouble. I am a child of Viper. I would have died either way. I have no husband. I have no anything. Peasants on side. On the deepest desert, a group of rebel grandees have gathered to discuss the Civil War. With them are spies, a cluster of nondescript southern citizens in ordinary clothes. Salutations, righteous friend. I trust the ninth guides your path. The ninth no doubt wishes Queen Siviel's reign of tyranny over. It's precisely why I invited you here. We know the chiefs are in the queen's pocket, but are they peasants? Whatever. Chief Ghost has amassed a vast wealth in this time of conflict. It's no doubt shared with the ordinary people of the north. Our spies should spread word. Be kinder to the peasants than Chief Ghost and his corrupt compatriots. Praise be. Let's decide how to proceed. What do you guys want to do? Honor guard, if it's not from rebelling, always does it? Because, okay, I think the problem is the one other time they sent an assassin after me, the honor guard was, I think it was the grandees that did it last time, and I had the battle nuns, and that was the problem. Tommy's trusted spies spread throughout the north, and of course they succeeded, because why wouldn't they have? Weeks pass, grandees grow nervous, but when the groups of peasants arrive, they immediately start scheming. The troops clean their weapons, make repairs, they have an army. Whatever. Hopefully there'll be enough for the kingdom. I think we're gonna die now. Rebellion. Long last, the grandees have reached their boiling point. You are confronted in your throne with the room Grandee Lupin II, eyes alight with righteous fury. The ninth god has judged you unworthy pretender to the throne, and the grandees of the south have listened. It will rise up and fight for Peppy, the true monarch. Execute him. This formal declaration of war the next time we see each other will be on the battlefield. Who's gonna seize him? They all see your head on a spike. There will be many heads on spikes before this war is over. Mine will not be among them. Grandee Lupin strides from your room without looking back. Didn't expect them to move so boldly, your majesty. We have no chances, that's fine. It's too late to apologize, 100%. That's right, kingdom's divided. Let's die. We're dead. We're just dead. Dingy seaside tavern, two patricians at the coast meet their plot with the latest scheme. Good news, my friend. The palace officials have been accepting of bribes. I wonder why. We're gonna skip whatever. What do you need to do? Stability to 4. Oh, wow. 4 or less in 3 seasons. Start your voting. It doesn't even matter at this point. Just, you can kill me now. Just put me out of my misery, please. Just fund F. Put me out of my misery, everyone, please. Well, I believe everyone else can put me out of my misery, and we'll be fine. Did it actually let you? It didn't let you fund, right? Did it? Apparently I was wrong. Why are you allowed to fund if you're rebelling? That's crazy. Can also say, successfully, I knew the second I didn't choose someone to marry, it was gonna be bad. I didn't expect it to be this bad. Yeah, who cares what the rebellion's doing? I'm just dead. Oh, wait, did you guys not fund? Did it not fund it? Oh, you guys outbid it. Okay. Fancy. Great battle. Guys, we can pull this back. Oh, chiefs and patricians, would you like to join me under my banner? We can pull this back. We could have the greatest comeback of a century. At least, that's what you imagine. Most of your time is spent in the safety of your palace, poring over a giant map of the Marshal. Of course. I hope you're not being sarcastic. We can have the greatest comeback. I believe we can do this. Oh, yeah, never mind, we're dead. Your Majesty, the Army of the South is advancing in the capital. Receive word the commanders are loyalist forces. Whatever. Alternately, they could have joined forces with the army. Patricians and chiefs should join forces. Very well, Your Majesty. I'll relay your order to the Count Blackpag and commander of the field. Hopefully they do as they're told. God knows treachery can thrive on the battlefield. We have our orders, but should we follow them? Oh, patricians! Would you like to join the war against yellow if it's done correctly? I think we can, but it's all if they join hands and work together. I'm gonna die to an assassin, but at least we can have false hopes. The whole city holds its breath. You stew in your palace waiting for the Marshal's return. Finally, she arrives in your throne room looking perfectly composed, Your Majesty. As you've ordered, the patricians have turned their army around to link up with the chiefs. All going according to plans. Indeed, let's hope this plan is sound. We will prevail. It's a spirit. Now I must get going. I have a lot to take care of. For the next few weeks, it's become clear that the coastal army's retreat has given the Grandees free rein to pillage and plunder the coast. Rampaging southern troops descend upon the farms like locusts, taking everything to feed thousands of hungry soldiers. Meanwhile, shops, churches, manors are plundered, and the stolen loot is shipped back to the south. But the coast suffers. The coastal forces successfully link up with the chiefs. Now the joint army of patricians and chiefs rush the Grandees in open warfare, and the winner will either end your reign or preserve it. Mustering an army. I'm just, you know, procrastinating. Along the southern border, countless swords flash in the blazing sun. Prayers fill the air. The Grandees' troops are gathering in vast numbers. By the grace of the Ninth, we have assembled quite an army to strike fear into the heart of the false queen. What next? Next we march, but not yet. We must first ensure that we've called upon every resource at our disposal, and on that subject, I've considered several proposals to further bolster our army for the trials ahead. What would you guys like to do? Clutch up, you win against the world. Yeah, I think we're... Let's see what they do. Hire mercenaries from the Ajmedian Empire. Holy. It pains me to rely on the Heath Ajmedian mercenaries, but don't claim that the god made the world. But forget about whatever. It makes your skin crawl, but victory requires sacrifice. While the Ajmedian mercenaries arrive in the south, it becomes apparent how different their customs are to the locals. They pray to Kaldovaga, the machine god, and attempt to remind him that the world exists. They claim their swords are alive and will grow angry if sheathed for too long. They bathe in every single day, but they are perfectly capable of enacting hideous violence that in exchange for money. That's all the Grandees need from them. I think we're dead. I am dead. Something's wrong. It's an evening like any other, and you're sitting for dinner. Your servants heaping your table with dishes fit for a queen. Goose tongue, pie, roast boar, jellied pigeon, ew. And of course, your wine glass is never empty. I don't have a choice. Here to take a swig. Usually you have food tasters test your wine for poisons, but today they're off sick. Probably nothing to worry about. More wine for you. I'm gonna lose this. Oh! A single drop of wine touches your lips, and then the spymaster appears out of nowhere, dashing the wine glass from your hands. Tell me you didn't drink that. I did, only a tiny amount. Heard from my spies the wine was poisoned. How much did you take? How much? You try to drink, but nothing comes- You try to speak, but nothing comes out. Just an inhuman croak. You stand up, your legs are weak, and you collapse to your side convulsing. Fall into a deep abyss. Fragmented images of your life pass by you. Your spymaster lifting antidote to your lips. A doctor putting leeches in your brow. Sunlight streams through a window. When you finally wake up, you're lying in a hospital bed with your spymaster sitting opposite. Ah, you're awake. What happened? You've been comatose for about 2 weeks. The wine was poisoned with Anrich's cascader. It's fortunate only you drink a drop. Who did this? One of the children of Viper, the most feared assassins in the kingdom, no doubt hired by the enemies of the south. To make an attempt on your life, must have had some exceptionally well paid. Be more vigilant. Did you catch the assassin? Alas, we did not. I'm just dead. Yes, Your Majesty, you're on the road for recovery. As it's touch and go for the kingdom, yeah, I'm even worse than you're successful. Yeah. Feel faint. Of course, do, Your Majesty, but this will leave in peace. I survived the assassination. Everything is fine, but everything is not fine. We lost. Unless we can... No. I'm gonna skip through this because it doesn't matter. What would you guys like to do? Stab screwed us? A lot screwed us. Everything was against us from the beginning. We survived the assassination somehow. And we lost. Well, that's a chance to win. No, we're gonna lose from lack of stability. Isn't the kingdom just collapse? It's the other's defiance. So you overtake the queen's inner circle, will convince them to abdicate. And skip, 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 just because we're there. What do they need to raise it to? At least 16 in total. Oh, take your money, give them money. Yeah, no, it doesn't even matter. Over the last week, the kingdom has fallen apart, gripped by unrest and infuriating by the civil war tearing the kingdom apart. The common folk have risen against you. You're sheltering your palace. The mob heaves through your streets, toppling your statues and calling for Peppy to take the throne. You must regain control, Your Majesty. It's too late. All is lost. Send for the treasurer. The treasurer has cut her losses this morning. She fled alongside what was left of the treasury. Ah, fantastic. Fetch me the marshal. The marshal is unavailable. She's trying to contain the riots. What can be done? Our options are limited. Some nearby glass smashes, and you become aware of the dull, muted roar, like a flood rushing through the valley. What's that? I believe the common citizens have arrived to the palace to meet you in person, Your Majesty. Roar is tens of thousands of angry voices getting louder and louder. Swords clash along with gurgling screams. Chancellor, do you have any ideas? Just one. Your Chancellor heaves a nearby window and sticks a leg out. It was an honor, Your Majesty. I'll see you on the other side. They leap out into the air with a long shriek followed by a distant thud. Oh dear. It's my fault, really, for allowing things to get to this point. She takes a step forward, pulling a curved blade from somewhere within her sleeve. For the good of the kingdom. Oh, hell yeah, I'm fighting back. The spymaster throws her knife with deadly accuracy. As you stumble down the steps, the blade between your ribs, a roar of the mob grows louder and louder. Your last thoughts are the rebellion. The Grandees have won by default. A shame. You hope that you put up more of a fight. Yeah, now Peppy's on the throne. I don't want Peppy on the throne. Something about being led by a person named Peppy. I don't want Peppy on the throne. But anyway. We had... I knew it was gonna be bad. That was probably one of the worst runs I've ever done. But with that being said, I think I've had enough King of the Castle for today. I had so much hope in the first game. I think we were one turn away from winning in the first game, but yeah, GG's everybody. The second game, I was kind of just like having fun with it, seeing what I could do. I didn't expect to survive the assassination. That part was cool, but usually it leads you to vote for Monarch. It's because, no one else was rebelling was the problem, I think. I could be wrong. But yeah, let me go over to just chatting really quick. We are done with King of the Castle for today. Oh, can I? Got it. Okay, but yeah, thank you guys for coming to today's stream. I want to do more in the future and not, you know, 2 months away like it was last time. But that being said, we will be having a stream tomorrow. It will be at 11 a.m. Pacific time. That is 2 p.m. Eastern time. And if you're curious about any other time zones, either check the Twitch schedule or in the Discord server in the stream schedules tab, you can see what time it will be in your time zone. But yeah, I enjoy King of the Castle. Better be off now. See ya, Scales! And yeah, see ya, everybody. We are going to be ending today. Again, we have a stream tomorrow. Let me double check what we're doing. I think we're playing Smash Brothers tomorrow for the most part. We might do something separate for a little bit, but I doubt it. I bet it's going to be mainly Smash Brothers. Open lobby as normal. But I want to do King of the Castle again in the future. Hopefully, I can do a little better. But that being said, yeah. Thank you all for coming, and I'll see you next time.